The first filmmakers simply photographed what interested or amused them. They held a shot until they got bored, or the film ran out.
The fathers of cinema, Edison in the United States and the Lumiere brothers in France, were very pessimistic about the future of cinema. There was probably a worldwide interest in seeing these images move, but once you'd seen somebody playing a joke with a hose, why pay money to see something that you can see for real out in the street? In fact, Auguste Lumiere went as far as to say that cinema was an invention without a future.
But Edwin Porter, one of Thomas Edison's employees, proved him wrong. Porter discovered that cutting separate shots together could create a story.
Edwin S. Porter really was the one with the Life of the American Fireman, I think, that started intercutting and creating an emotional impact in the audience by intercutting two shots that are not related to each other. One scene is going on at one place, basically the firemen rushing to a fire with their horse-drawn wagons, and the other scene is the fire, miles away. And you intercut the two, and you understand psychologically and emotionally that these people's lives are in danger, and these people are coming to rescue them, and you're rooting all of a sudden for that to happen, and you're hoping they save the people. I often think about what it must have been like to be there to create the art form as it was happening and say, why don't we try this? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, we do it in the editing room now. We cut to something and say, well, that doesn't work. Well, imagine what they must have said in 1904.
The Great Train Robbery was Porter's next film. That's when you really begin to see the possibilities. And I'm not saying this because I'm an editor, but the invention of editing is the thing that allowed film to take off. It's the equivalent of the invention of flight. Both human-powered flight and motion picture editing were invented in the same year, and they have similar kinds of effects.
The invention of editing gave birth to a new art and a new language. A language that can transport us in the blink of an eye from the vastness of the desert to the mysteries of the human face. A cut can bridge millions of years, connecting the prehistoric past to an imaginary future. Editing can slow down time or speed it up. The timing of a cut can startle audiences or amuse them.
There's a dope fiend with a long knife trailing after me. I'm in great danger.
I'll never let go. I promise.
The choice and length of shots shape our response to everything we see on the screen.
I want out. Consider it your last.
Do I ever just say, hey, I'm uncomfortable in this crowd. You know, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing either. I know you're afraid, and that's okay, you know, because...
Hello? Fucking... Exactly? We act like we have all the answers and we're totally invincible. Like our parents seem and their parents before them. Excuse me, I'm sorry that I have to be the one to say this, but it's fucking bullshit.
renounce Satan.
I do renounce him.
And all his works.
I do renounce them.
And all his pomps.
I do renounce them.
Michael Rizzi, will you be baptized?
I will.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Michael Rizzi, go in peace, and may the Lord be with you. Amen.
You bought it for me. It's inscribed inside. Ian's quitting. I've got to find something else to do.
I'll believe it when I see it.
No, it's true.
Are you really straight?
Yes.
Let me see your eyes. Eyes are deceiving.
Once you establish a scene and show where people are, you've also established the 180-degree rule. From this master shot, we've established that the woman is on the right and the man is on the left. That means that whenever we show them, he should be on the left and she should be on the right side. From the overhead, we can show that as soon as we place them for the camera, the placement of the camera can only go anywhere on this side of the line, meaning 180 degrees on this line. We can aim the camera in any direction, but it must be on this side of the line. Now, even though from overhead we can clearly see where the actors are, it's not as clear from what the camera sees. If we break the 180-degree rule and place one camera here and the other camera over here, the camera view shows the actors facing the same direction. Even when the angles are not as blatantly off, it can be disorienting because the actors' eye lines won't match. Now, you can cross the 180-degree line, but you have to show the camera move, like so. Not only do you have to shoot this movement of crossing the line, but you also have to use it in the edit. That way you orient the viewer. Once you're on the other side of the line, you have to stay on it, unless you move the camera back to the other side. Remember, the camera is the viewer in the scene. They're a non-active participant in everything that's going on. They only see what you show them.
Cry me a river.
You scared me.
My apologies. You feeling all right?
Yes, thank you. What is this place?
It's my home. I call it the Shadow Gallery.
It's beautiful. Where'd you get all this stuff?
Oh, here and there, much of it from the vaults of the Ministry of Objectionable Materials.
You stole them?
Oh, heavens no. Stealing implies ownership. You cannot steal from the censor. I merely reclaimed them.
God, if they ever find this place.
I suspect if they do find this place, a few bits of art will be the least of my worries.
You mean after what you've done? God, what have I done? I maced that detective. Why'd I do that?
You did what you thought was right.
Oh, no, I shouldn't have done that. I must have been out of my mind.
Or is that what you really think, or is that what they'd want you to think?
I think I should go.